Hi and welcome back. Okay, so we're going to start our first poster of the three, and we're going to do step one. We're going to start with step one. So step one basically is setting up the Word document so that we can, in step two, bring in researched information from the internet relating to your hobby. Okay, so let's get cracking. The first thing we need to do is go to your class, you look for the activity two section, and then we look for the assignment called Hobbies or Interests Poster 103. Once we get here, we click on View Instruction. The reason why we do that is so we prepare ourselves for when we're going to actually hand the work in. So we'll come over to where it says Your Work. You can see it's been assigned, and you will be adding the file to this area. You'll be actually adding two files. You'll be adding the version 1, which is the boring one, and then you'll be adding the version 2, which is the very exciting one with all the pictures and bullet points, etc. Okay, so we're going to start off with the very first one. So I'm looking at the handout now, so hopefully you're looking at the handout as well that you've got printed out and it's beside you. And it says step one, create a Microsoft Word document. So let's go ahead and do that straight away. So let's go straight down to our search box and we'll type in Word. And when you open up Microsoft Word, you'll click on a blank document and then you'll make your screen nice and wide. Once we've opened up Microsoft Word, we can start our work, okay? So, second thing to do is to select no spacing from the styles group. That stops you from having large spaces after you press enter on each line. So we're going to go to no spacing. So we click on no spacing before we even start anything else. The next step is to save the document as YFN Hobby or Interest 01 version 1. So this is the first one we're doing, and this is version 1. We're going to go to File, Save As, then we'll go to Browse, and we're going to look for our Documents folder. Now, if you're in the college, you have to go to your user area first, and then go to your Documents folder. Once you find your Documents folder, if you go inside your Documents folder, you should see the start of your folder structure that you created. So if you're in any other course and you're doing this, this would be a different name, similar to the name of the course that you're running. But this, at the moment, I'm doing the award in progression. So I'll double click on here. And then the hobbies or interest folder structure will be in number 1. So we go into number 1, and there's the hobby or interest research folder. So this is the folder structure where we're going to put our posters. So we go into here, double click, and on the instructions it says save this document inside the hobby interest 01 folder. So this is the hobby interest 01 folder. So looking at it from here does not mean we're inside it yet. We need to see this name appear up here, and then we know that we're actually inside the folder. So let's do that. And now we just double click and we're inside the folder. And we can see that we're inside the folder because it says the name up here. Lovely. All right, so we now need to give it the name, your full name, Hobby or Interest 01 version 1. So I'll put the name of the owner of this account, which is Hal. #01 version 1. Lovely. So we're going to click on save. Once we've checked to make sure that we're happy with where it is, we're happy with the spellings, to make sure, check your spellings, please. Because if you don't do your spellings correctly, you know that I'll actually point it out and you have to go back and fix it. All right, so we click on save. All right, so now we can see in the title bar that we've given it the right name. So now we can move on. After we've done that, we need to add the title of the same name. So Hobby version 1. That's right, yeah. And then below the title, it says type the name of the first hobby. And my first hobby is arts and crafts. Just like you saw in the example, after we've typed the name of the first hobby or interest, we need to go below that and type by your full name. So I'm going to put by, and below your full name, finally we'll put the date. So date, and today's date, 20th of March, 2025. So those of you who are in the future watching this, I hope everything's going well for you, and I hope you do very well, and I hope this really helps. So there we go. So I'm going to put some spaces in between here to make it more comfortable to read, and I suggest you do the same. And that's it. Once we put the date in, it says save again, and that's the first step. Hold Control down on the bottom left of the keyboard and tap S. And now that we've done that, all we've got to do now is go to step 2. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.